Now raise your hand if you don't think Morozumi did it. Not a single hand went up. Why? Why? Because like, maybe because she's so curt and unsociable, so where they're like, oh, I don't like her anyways, so like, even if I don't even know if she did it, who cares about her? Is that why? That girl is sick, whispered a voice from the seats. She keeps nagging us for every little thing. What an annoying hoe. I bet the teachers don't even like her. She keeps pointing out their mistakes on the blackboard. Murmurs and giggling spread over the classroom. My body seized. It felt like my heart was being strangled.
Morozumi.
Morozumi. The teacher called out to me, and I thought then that he was going to save me. Right is right, no matter what. Even if people hated me for it, right is right! Come to the teacher's office after class. His words were a blow which darkened my vision. No, you don't understand. I didn't do anything. That's enough of that. This is crazy. I didn't do anything. I just told them what they were doing was wrong. Quiet. We have a staff meeting after this. Just let me in homeroom already. Sir, please. I told you, enough. Look around you. Just get with the program, all right? The annoyance in his voice told me that whatever I said from then on was useless. Still, I didn't want to back down. My persistence caused my lips to tremble and my voice to stifle. It was crazy. Everyone was crazy. And yet, they all treated the madness as if it were the truth. I didn't know what to think. Truth and fact, distorted so easily. Insane. Impossible. Sensei. Sir!
Nanda, Kamiya.
What, Kamiya? Sai Kamiya was the one who stopped the teacher, our class leader who was also popular among the teachers. He took out a photo from his pocket. So somehow he can procure photographs of people committing crimes quite easily. He can get that, they can get that done.
Morozumi-san wa yatte nai desu yo. これが証拠写真です。虐待を行っていたのは彼らの方ですよ。
Morozumi-san didn't do it. Here's proof. They were the ones who abused that poor kitten. His statement caused another wave of murmurs in the classroom, albeit going the other direction now. He was righteous. He was just. He could do the things I wasn't able to. It didn't take long for me to find my place at his side. I see, so that was the defining moment, huh? Well, so switch to Morozumi, then. It would make sense. She was next in line to go, and really soon after with Kamiya, so it makes sense that we're jumping into her perspective. Oh boy. Oh! So we're at this point. Okay. Because just earlier we had talked in the hallway, or she suspected us in the hallway. She's like, what were you talking to, Matsukoji about, huh? And it's like, you're suspecting him. Okay. And then like, I think we approached her in the scramble in daylight, and I was like, why are we talking to her in the daylight? What are we expecting? And it's like, hey, so where were you with the mirror wall and stuff? And Morozumi is like, I'm not gonna answer that. So I guess, that's pretty much filling in what happened in between. Here we are. Sakurai-kun suspects you, Kamiya-kun. I see. Well, that's no good. Why is Lo here? He was here by the time I came to Kamiya's room to talk. They seem to be discussing something. More importantly, he's in my spot. I don't think he has completely overtaken it, but that's for Kamiya to decide. If he thinks Lo deserves my spot, then it must be the right decision. I will have no choice but to step down from his side if it comes to that. But what is Lo doing here? I feel like Kamiya's giving him special treatment for some reason. Yeah, from pretty early on, since Lo showed up, you know, Kamiya and Lo were conspiring and talking a lot, so... All because of they know each other's history. Well, I mean, Lo knows Kamiya's history and all the reasons and all the things. So, what do we do? I think we're going to need a plan. I've been shadowing Sakurai recently, observing his every move. Oh, creepy. Oh, scary. I don't like that at all. At first, I did it because I thought he was the killer. I happened upon some unexpected findings, however, which is why I've come to report them to Kamiya. Kamiya is just, and he can handle affairs that are much too big for me. A plan? No. We're talking about Sakurai here. I'm sure he has his inklings. Inklings? And now that Nikaido's with him, things might not end well. What should we do? We're going to have to talk to them. Things might end up even worse for you, man. Kamiya only squints his eyes mysteriously. Aww. You haven't forgotten, have you? The things you said when you messed up. What? Enough chit-chat. So this is when Sakurai pops in, and then us as Morozumi, we're gonna die pretty soon. So, but we're at least gonna see what she remembered before she disappeared, just as she was disappearing. Oh, okay, there they are. Hello! You okay? Welcome. Good times. Come in. Okay, so how's this gonna go down? Why are you two staring at me? Why are you staring at Morozumi? What's up? Oh, okay. The two of them look surprised when they see me and Lo inside. My presence is enough to intimidate Sakurai. He knows I've already made my report to Kamiya. Okay, so again, all the repeated dialogue we'll just kind of skim through. So Kamiya, do you have some time? I wanted to ask you something. So of course, I'm free to talk. What is it? I assume you both want to talk about it. Yep. Go talk, I'm just gonna watch. Kamiya gives him a composed smile despite his lack of inner composure. I seem to be the only one who's noticed this, because I know everything about Kamiya. I'll make it quick. Kamiya-kun, you know a lot about this world, don't you? A lot, as in about the mirror wall or who the killer is. I don't know a thing. I'm on the same boat as you are. Kamiya, I need to make sure of something, which is, when you woke up, where did you meet up with Morozumi and Kageyama? I told Kamiya beforehand about this question. I don't know what that question is supposed to signify, but a light seemed to go off in Kamiya's head when he heard it. Just a little past the fancy item stores, I believe. So now that we're in Morozumi's head, we can confirm directly from her. Like, we already know, but we can confirm directly with her, like, what she thinks about that, at least. It was just after I went to look at the mirror wall. I see. Sakurai purses his lips, clearly unsatisfied with Kamiya's answer. He tosses a glance over at me. I remain calm and maintain eye contact, although in truth, I was rattled on the inside. And then I finally understood myself. The mirror wall was something that Kamiya initially brought up. But Kamiya woke up at Shibuya Station, inexplicably close to 109. He wouldn't be able to know what the mirror wall was unless he went out of his way to see it. If he had mentioned anything about the mirror wall beforehand, it would be obvious that he knew about its existence from the beginning. They would immediately know that he is lying. I met up with Kageyama, and only then did we meet up with Kamiya at 109. I doubt he had figured out the mirror wall's existence by then. And Sakurai saw through it completely. Why do you ask? It's nothing. I think that was when we were Sakurai, we were kind of backing down mentally on the inside. We're like, oh no, I'm backing down. Kamiya laughs casually. He feigns lightheartedness quite often. It allows him to apply pressure on his opponents. I'm not going to squeal no matter what you say. Just one more thing. Can you take a look at this? And then she was presenting... what exactly? I forgot. The camera evidence of Kamiya talking to Kageyama in the hallway. Nikaido takes a camera out of her pocket. Yeah, there it is, and how he lied, and Kamiya lied about it and it implicated us, and I still think that was a jerk move. Anyways, even with all of Kamiya's circumstances, that was a jerk move right there. She plays the video saved in it. It's of the hotel hallway with Kamiya and Kageyama in it. After this happened, Kageyama-kun disappeared. Kamiya's confidence instantly vanishes. The last person Kageyama-kun met was Sakurai-kun. That was the supposed series of events. That was the story you spun, and that caused the brunt of suspicion to fall into Sakurai-kun. But this video clearly proves otherwise. You knew this and framed Sakurai-kun. No, that's not true. Then explain yourself. I did talk with Kageyama. I was the last one to have seen him, so this is when Kamiya admits to this. But I didn't lie to frame Sakurai. But yeah, you kind of put us through a lot. I can't say why, but I really didn't. You need to say why. I can't. Do you understand the position you're in right now? You're under suspicion of being the culprit. You are in a position to control others, so you could have easily dealt with anyone as you wished. That's not true. Then we demand a proper explanation. I absolutely cannot say why. And like I said, you're not in a position to be saying that, so out with it. I will when the time comes. We only stand to lose if I tell you now. That's something for all of us to decide, not just you. Kamiya briefly hangs his head, thinking about how he's going to solve this problem. I get a little excited thinking about what he's going to do next. This has happened many times before. Kamiya would find himself in a desperate situation, which he eventually overcomes, which he follows up by doling out justice. Lying and taking advantage of people are necessary in order to do the right thing. Yeah, that's so extreme. That's so extreme, dude. Kamiya understands that and conducts himself accordingly. That's why he's strong. Hey, Kamiya, you're a politician's kid, right? Why don't we just take a vote? The will of the people or whatever. Majority rules. My heart pounds loudly at Lo's suggestion. So this is when Morozumi hesitates with the voting. She hesitates with the voting. Oh, screw you! We're obviously on the losing end! Majority rules. Obeying the will of the people, which has the potential to override the truth. I absolutely hate it. Kamiya doesn't need to stoop to such lows. Okay, interesting, right. She hates it because of what she went through in the past, because everybody overruled her just because they were the majority. Kamiya is always right. That is the foundation for my being. Where I am flawed, Kamiya is perfect. He will not be led about by the fools of the world just because they are more numerous. He doesn't need to use such violent methods which can bend the truth. That's why Kamiya's justice has value to it. You're kind of contradicting yourself, Morozumi, because you're like, oh yeah, lying and like manipulating people, that's a part of justice. It's necessary in order to, carry out the truth. But she's like, but also bending the truth sucks. So, I mean, you're kind of contradicting yourself here, girl. The only one who... Alright, let's decide whether I explain or not with a vote. And so this shattered her world. So this is why she was so shaken and hesitant at this moment. This is why she was like wavering when it came to the voting. Maybe every time a voting happened, because this was not the first time a voting happened. It happened previously, quite early on, I feel like, about whether or not they should pursue the culprit, or they should, go about other ways and find out a way out of the world. I think it was during that decision. Either way, it was some point where he yelled her name and she was forced to raise her hand. So I guess she hates majority voting. She hates that, and we know why now. His words cause my heart to stop. This is a problem that involves everyone. We need to decide by majority whether I'm going to explain. That's enough. You have the duty to give us an explanation that we can accept. I can't. There's too much of a risk for me to explain. There's a chance that it might have been better for me to have stayed quiet after I do explain. So, we'll vote. God, you just don't know when to give up. Say whatever you want. The discussion they're having doesn't register in my head. Majority vote. I understand that I'm going to stick with Kamiya. I imagine Lo will do the same. That would make it 3 against 2, and Kamiya wouldn't have to explain himself. It's so obvious. So simple. Kamiya is right. Right. All I have to do is follow along. Just do as he says. He's never been wrong before. His ruling is absolute, even if it seems wrong at the moment. So, why am I getting a bad feeling about this? Where is it coming from? Not from my memories in elementary school. This sense of foreboding is coming from somewhere else. Part of me refuses to listen to Kamiya. Okay, I'll take a vote now. Who wants me to explain everything? Enough with that! Just stop. I'm not gonna take a vote. All of you are in cahoots, aren't you? Let's call Matsukoji here. It has to be now. We can decide whether to explain it to Matsukoji later. Okay. So this is when she hesitates. Does she have some flashbacks now? Because she starts glowing pretty soon after this. You coward! I opened my mouth to defend Kamiya, but no words come out. Come on, raise your hand. You want me to tell you everything, right? Hey, Nikaido! Stop it already! You don't need to go along with this. Morozumi. Nikaido looks me directly in the eye to convince me. But it's no use. I'm going to follow Kamiya. I've made my decision. You haven't been informed of the truth of the situation either, have you? Judging what Kamiya-kun said, it seems like no one else knows, except him. He's going to continue to hide everything that doesn't fit his agenda. This is our only chance to break through this veil of his. Please, Morozumi. I am on Kamiya-kun's side. My hand doesn't go up. Of course it doesn't. If Kamiya desires silence, then I'm not one to open my mouth. Are you okay with him constantly twisting the truth? No, not twisting the truth. Oh, here we go. Here's the memory that triggers everything. My head hurts. My lost memories rush back to me. This is a memory of Kamiya when we were in junior high and high school together. I had decided to follow Kamiya when I was in elementary. But I can't remember our time together. My memories are like erased magic marker. I'm sure I followed him in junior high and high school too, aiding him in administering justice. What happened to me as a result? Morozumi! Who doesn't want Kamiya to spill the beans? Lo! Why you? Shut it. Come on, you puppet. Hands up already. Puppet. An awful nickname, yet so appropriate. So far, I have pushed down every independent thought I've had and let Kamiya make all the decisions for me. I am indeed a puppet, the farthest thing away from just. And so, Kamiya-kun, what I choose at this very moment. Oh, is this when it branches? Will I choose the truth Nikaido speaks of? Or will I choose you, Kamiya-kun? Okay, this is where it splits. This is where we get a split. Right? We either choose to, do the true path where we don't go along with Kamiya, or we go along in our silence and then we get a horrible bad end, and it's great. Woohoo! My favorite! I love going to the bad end. Wow! Okay, so this is the true path, and this is the not true path. So, here we go! Let's go on a horrible wild ride to see what crappy things can happen as a result. Here we go. Hi, Kamiya. I raise my right hand to brush away my doubt. Kamiya-kun is always right. There's absolutely no way that following him could be wrong. I will follow Kamiya-kun. I've always done so and will continue to. I shouldn't have any doubts. I mustn't. Morozumi. Okay, so this is all new. Morozumi-san, do you understand what you've just done? By supporting Kamiya-kun's terrible methods, you're denying yourself and how you've always chased after justice. I'm not denying myself at all. Kamiya-kun is my justice. This is seriously, it's crazy. And like the fact that Kamiya just kind of goes along with all this, doesn't even care. Like that's not okay. But like, Morozumi and Kamiya, I suppose, are, they've both agreed to this relationship. So anyways.
そうじゃない。そうじゃないわ。諸角さんの求めるものはそんなところに。
No, not at all. Absolutely not. What you're looking for isn't there.
ありますよ、神谷君の中に。神谷君の中にないのなら、もうどこにもありません。
It is. Within Kamiya-kun. And if it isn't within him, then it is just nowhere to be found. Kamiya-kun is the embodiment of all my ideals. His ideals are my justice. My choices, my decisions, I leave it all in Kamiya-kun's hands. I can't be wrong. Absolutely not. If Kamiya-kun decides to hold a vote, then a vote is the right choice. I'm the one in the wrong for not wanting to hold a vote. My own opinion is worthless. I must remove all my hesitations, clear all my doubts, and kill off the part of me that doesn't agree with Kamiya-kun. My useless thoughts leave me, along with my breath. I clear the expression on my face and get back my usual poker face. There we go. Back to the usual I, Morozumi, Kamiya-kun's secretary who's always by his side. As my expression grows calmer, Nikaido-san's becomes more and more anguished in contrast.
諸角さんが本当に心からそれでいいと思っているなら、私にできることは何もない。
If you really think that from the bottom of your heart, then there's nothing I can do.
でも、今のあなたは自分で自分を苦しめている気がするの。
But you're only making yourself suffer the way you are right now.
おい、往生際が悪いぜ二階堂。諸角は自ら望んで神谷のお人形になろうってんだ。お前が口出しすることじゃねえだろ。
Hey, just give up already, Nikaido! Morozumi wants to be Kamiya's little puppet, so quit thinking like you've got a say. Yeah, seriously, this is so messed up.
さすがにもうちょい芯のあるやつかと思ってたが、とんだ勘違いだった。
And they're all so openly acknowledging and talking about it that it's just even more bizarre. Oh man, I thought she'd have more to her than that, but I guess I was wrong.
なあ、お人形ちゃん。お前のせいで計画が練り直したぜ。
Right, you damn puppet. Thanks to you, I need to fix the plan. Right, because the true path was kind of what Lo wanted to make happen, I suppose. Puppet. What is this good-for-nothing scoundrel even saying? I have my own will, one that voluntarily submits itself to Kamiya-kun.
諸角さん、私は幼い頃からあなたを見てきた。
Morozumi-san, I've been watching you since we were all young.
だから、あなたが大事にしている正義がどんなものか、少しは知っているつもり。どうか思い出して。
That's why I at least know something about your sort of justice. Please, remember!
思い出す必要なんてありません。私の正義は、今も昔もずっと変わらず、すぐそばにありますから。
There is no need for me to remember. My justice has always been by my side, before and now. My justice exists in the form of Kamiya-kun. Nothing has changed.
二階堂、ここは一旦引こう。多数決に乗ってしまった時点で僕らの負けだ。
Nikaido, let's go back for now. The moment we accept a vote, it's all over.
でも、諸角さんが。
But Morozumi-san is...
諸角は絶対に神谷以外には従わないよ。分かってるだろ、そんなこと。さあ行こう。
Morozumi won't follow anyone else but Kamiya. You know that as well as I do. Come on. Oh man. And that's where our path was doomed. Yes, just go back. Any fools who go against Kamiya-kun had better back down. Right as Sakurai-kun leaves the room, he glances at me once more. His eyes are filled with a deep pity for me. It infuriates me. Oh boy. So what now that we've deviated? Why does everyone look at me that way? Because your mindset is absolutely messed up. It's absolutely, so is Kamiya's. You two got issues. I mean, you know, again, we know circumstances behind both of them that caused them to be this way, but still! Nikaido-san, Lo, Sakurai-kun, they all treat me as if I'm someone to be pitied. Well, whatever. Everyone is free to think whatever they want to. The only recognition I desire is from one person. Hey, Kamiya-kun, this was right, wasn't it? I wasn't wrong in the slightest. I looked to Kamiya-kun, seeking his approval, but Kamiya-kun is looking at me the same way that Sakurai-kun did. And that's so funny because why would Kamiya be disappointed if they were the one who suggested this and they were like, yeah, let's do it, I'm gonna raise my hand. So like, I'm disappointed in you for not going against me, even though I've known your nature my whole life. And it's not like Kamiya was particularly forced in, is it because like Kamiya was forced into the situation by Lo? So that, this is baffling. This is confusing because now it's seeming like Lo wanted the result to be the true path, right? Where we go against it, and then so Kamiya has to speak the truth, right? But what about Kamiya? I'm so bad. This is so weird. Why would he be looking at us disappointedly? That's confusing. Anyways, his eyes are partially squinting, his gaze pitying me as he smiles almost tragically, because we so blindly follow him. But why? Yeah, why? My heart, which should have already calmed down, grows unnerved once more. Kamiya, explain. Like, I guess because you wanted to be able to unleash all that. You wanted to be able to get all that off your chest. So just say what you're feeling. Don't do this reverse psychology bullcrap. I'm so baffled. I'm so confused. Okay, whatever. I've been sitting down on my bed and thinking about the meaning behind Kamiya-kun's expression.
何も間違っていないはずなのに。神谷君はどうしてあんな目で。
Why? I didn't do anything wrong. Why did he have that expression? I followed Kamiya-kun. Though I hesitated for just a moment, I raised my hand regardless. But was all that wrong? How come? Does Kamiya-kun not actually want me to follow him? Right? What is she supposed to feel? You want her to be a mind reader? You want her to read your dang mind? Or perhaps I still haven't fully understood him. That can't be. Though I wouldn't say I know absolutely everything about him, I am confident in that I understand him better than most. I even know about what happened before. Sai and Sae? Does she know the truth behind that? Despite that. No. She wouldn't know, Morozumi wouldn't know about Sae's previous experience in the Chronos world because she was being like wary and doubtful when it came to the mirror wall. So if she had already been privy to that knowledge, then yeah. Anyways, despite that, I still don't understand. I don't know what Kamiya-kun wants. Was that? Oh, okay, that was the sound of her getting up. It sounded like her falling to the ground. I get up off the bed. This is pointless. Brooding over it is only going to drive me crazy. Is she going to ask him directly? I leave my room and head towards Shibuya. Are we going to encounter the dark and mysterious person? I don't want to. I didn't like that person. I don't ever want to see them again. I wander around Shibuya without a goal. No matter how far I walk, the only thing on my mind is Kamiya-kun. We've been through so much in this city. It's filled with memories of Kamiya-kun. At the time, it was the 8 of us, roaming Shibuya and playing detective, sticking our noses into trouble. Like, for example, in this alley.
神谷君は迷い犬を捕まえた。
Kamiya-kun found a lost dog. Was this back in our 4th year of elementary? We got a request to look for a classmate's runaway dog. After about 3 days of searching, we finally found it. Back then, Nikaido-san had gotten the praise for being so hands-on with searching for the dog, but the one who really contributed to the effort was Kamiya-kun. He mapped out sightings of the dog and its behavioral patterns, calculating where the dog could be. That sounds so intense. And they were in elementary school? Goddamn, these kids, man. By playing a dog's mating call. He played a dog's mating call! We managed to lure the dog out. That was Kamiya-kun's doing as well. They just recorded and played or got it off YouTube or something, a dog's mating call? Alright.
さすが神谷くんです。神谷くんの言う通りにすれば、犬だって思い通りになるんですから。
Wow, that's amazing, Kamiya-kun. Even dogs can do what you tell them to, as long as we do what you say.